Episode 7 of Culprits reveals what Diane stole. After everyone left the vault, she stayed back and stole a key from another secure vault behind a large portrait. However, her plan suffered a setback when Right Hand caught her. He demanded that he be cut and whatever spoils Diane would claim. Although she agreed, Diane had no plans to do so. She called Fixer and asked him to eliminate Right Hand. In the present day, Joe goes through Devil's phone to figure out where he is heading next. He finds location stamps for each one of the crew members. There is one more in Kent, the trio's next destination. Azar, Officer, and Joe dispose of the bodies in the stolen car in a junkyard. They take Devil's body to a posh neighborhood in Kent. A brief flashback involving Diane and Joe follows Azar's chilling reaction to hearing the recording of Malik Wright before he died on Devil's phone. Joe asks Diane if she killed her sister by locking her in a car and setting it on fire. She doesn't react abruptly and calmly explains that she didn't kill Marianne. It was an accident. In the present, Joe takes Officer, now unbounded, to the house with him. Officer quickly adapts when a woman shows up at the door, concerned. Her name is Gwen Irving, the widow of Right Hand, a.k.a. Anton Irving. Joe forces her to go inside at gunpoint. They take Gwen and her children's phones so that they can't contact anyone outside. Joe threatens Gwen to reveal the truth about where Diane is hiding. Gwen seemingly knows something, but before she budges to Joe's incessant questioning, Azar storms in, waving a gun around. Gwen is completely thrown off and goes back into silence. Her phone rings. Someone named Gareth is calling. After ignoring it a couple of times, Joe asks her to pick up. However, Gwen surprisingly remarks that it is for Joe. One of the kids has secretly alerted the neighborhood about the unfolding situation. And now, Gareth has come to the front door with his gang of lads. The trio somehow manage to escape. Azar, who strikes one of the men with a photo frame hanging on the wall, notices something in it. It shows Anton with Fuse, a.k.a. Robert Yates. They served together in the army. Officer baits one of Robert's relatives to get his current address. The trio reach his house. Azar and Officer go in one direction, Joe in the other. He finds Robert's dead body in the outhouse and finds himself surrounded. He is apprehended by the gunman and taken to the person who employed Devil, the person whom the crew stole from, Vincent Hawks. He is a billionaire whose entire wealth is encapsulated in a secure box. But the only key to it is in Diane's hands, that she stole from behind the portrait. Hawks knows everything about Joe's family and his dire circumstances. He openly threatens to kill them unless Joe finds and kills Diane for him. Hawks explains that Robert gave them a method to contact Diane. Joe is to lure Diane into a trap by telling her the place where Hawks' box is stashed, killing her, and then bringing the key to him. The episode review. This is the worst episode in Culprits Season 1 that gives me no incentive to watch the finale. And it has come at the business end. In hindsight, I don't think Jarrett is the right choice for Joe. It might be more about how badly the writers have messed up in shaping his arc than his portrayal. Either way, Jarrett did not deserve this treatment. He looks completely unconvinced and off his radar in the most pivotal sequences in the episode that aren't interesting at all. The impossible choice he faces is so boring that we already know how it is going to end. This is a familiar territory that regular TV watchers dread seeing a show go into. The scene at Gwen's house is so amateurishly executed, you'd think that the writers have no knowledge of their universe and characters. Susan Eddie Izzard's hotly anticipated cameo as Hawks is wholly uninspiring. Her character was meant to be a segue to the finale where all the dots are connected to give meaning to the show's plot. However, she is yet another in a string of incomplete and hollow characters on Culprits. It has not gone according to plan for the creators, and they only have themselves to blame.